Well, there's been a lot of talk about Ime Udoka, the Celtics, probably soon to be ex head coach, but there's only been a little bit of rumblings about Brett Favre. Brett Favre has misappropriated $8 million worth of funds from the Mississippi welfare system. And as of yet, he has not been brought up on any charges. I mean, someone please tell me the hypocrisy in that. And he's not the only one that has misappropriated funds from the state of Mississippi. And Mississippi is by far the poorest state in the United States. Not to be left out, if you remember back in the days in the 80s, if you remember the WWF, well, now they're the WWE. If you go back as far as I do, you remember this guy. He's the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. And he and his son allegedly stole over $5 million worth of money from the Mississippi welfare system. In fact, there are up to 38 people who are being charged. And this definitely stinks from the head, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, the former welfare agency director of Mississippi, Mr. John Davis, he is set to plead guilty on Thursday to 2 federal charges and 18 state counts of fraud or conspiracy related to his role in the Mississippi welfare scandal, where, as I mentioned before, up to 38 people are being sued by the Mississippi welfare system. Now, Ime Udoka might be probably not the most moral person in the world, but he certainly did not commit a crime. Crime of passion, perhaps. Bad judgment, no question. But he certainly didn't cipher over $13 million worth of funds from the poorest state in the United States. So, to me, what Udoka has done, I mean, his household has to deal with that. His wife, I'm not even going to say Nia Long really has to deal with it because they're not married, and we all know that Nia Long will be all right either way. I mean, let's face it, she will never be without a lack of suitors. As for Udoka, his NBA career as a coach is probably going to be over, but maybe he'll be an assistant somewhere. I mean, we do know that he is highly thought of as an NBA coach, whether it be as a head coach or an assistant, even though you probably couldn't tell by watching the NBA Finals this year, but I digress. Nevertheless, they aren't the pieces of garbage. Listen, it's a long way from Udoka making poor judgment than to the $1 million man and Vicodin Brett Favre doing what they did to the absolute poorest of the poor, stealing. But let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, this is what the true welfare recipients look like. It doesn't look like the shade of brown that they like to plaster all over the television sets on the news at 5 and 6 o'clock. But real welfare recipients look more like the so-called $1 million man. And especially America's favorite dope fiend, Brett Favre, who was popping pills like little kids pop Skittles. I wonder if there'll be any charges levied against him. He's gotten away with so much over his career. And boy, it's really funny how a man who made over $140 million in the NFL was able to snake another $8 million out of the Mississippi welfare system. Wonder, I tell you, we know if he looked a different shade, there's no way he would have gotten away with it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Claude signing out. Stay safe. Take care, everybody. And God bless.